What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video, and we have to talk about this Raheem Sterling Joe Gomez incident again, because Joe Gomez was booed by the England fans at the England-Montenegro game, which England won 4-0, and I just don't understand why. Can somebody explain to me why on earth is Joe Gomez getting booed by the England fans when he is the victim? He didn't start this. And in this video we will have a major update on Mohamed Salah's ankle injury, and make sure to watch the video until the end, because this will have big repercussions on Liverpool's season and on the title race as well. I think Joe Gomez handled the situation perfectly well when Raheem Sterling, without any warning or previous, just started on him at the England training camp, and he actually left some deep scratches near Joe Gomez's eye. I will put some pictures for you guys so you can see that this is actually a serious borderline assault that Joe Gomez was the victim of, and then England fans boo him, and some people are saying it's only booing, Gomez will be fine, but Gomez is feeling incredibly low and confused and also very sad, and he has done absolutely nothing wrong. Raheem Sterling put him in a headlock, tried to choke him and scratched his face, and I think this is very serious. Raheem Sterling should get a much bigger fine and a much bigger ban. He was only banned for one game for England. He will be in the next game, and full credit to Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez actually went to Gareth Southgate and asked him not to kick Raheem Sterling out of the England training camp, because Gareth Southgate, the England manager, his first plan was to just send Raheem Sterling home. But Joe Gomez said that they are fine now, they talked it out, and even Raheem Sterling came to Joe Gomez's defense, which full credit to Raheem Sterling for that. But I think it's a little bit, it feels like too late. He should have apologized in his first statement, but yeah, let me know what do you think about this whole incident. And this is what Raheem Sterling said on his Twitter to all the England fans. I wanted to leave things as it was, but tonight I have to speak again. It was hard for me to see my teammate Joe Gomez get booed for something that was my fault. Joe hasn't done anything wrong, and for me to see someone who keeps his head down and work hard, especially after a difficult week, for him to be booed when he came on tonight was wrong. I've taken full responsibility and accepted the consequence. I felt as though I had to say this and get home safe, everyone. So that's a great message by Raheem Sterling, but I feel that it's a little bit too late. But now at least he shoulders responsibility, and he says it's all his fault and not Joe Gomez's fault, so he shouldn't be booed, and that's I fully agree with that, to be honest. And on Tammy Abraham, who also came on as a substitute in the England game and scored, this is what he said. We had the incident today with Joe Gomez where we were all England players or fans. We need everyone to be together. Times like we need the fans to lift us up and help us really when we are going into tournaments. We said after the game it was unacceptable. We don't need that really. He's a great player. Things happen in football. Things happen between teammates. It's about dusting yourselves down and just moving on. We have all moved on from the situation and it's looking positive. So yeah, Tammy Abraham is also agreeing here that it was wrong for the England fans to boo Joe Gomez. I think the main reason is that the majority of England fans are not Liverpool fans, and they probably hate Liverpool with every fiber of their being, and this was just an opportunity to boo another England player. And actually there were previous times where other Liverpool players playing for England were booed or got a little bit harsh criticism. And what is really sad is that at first it wasn't clear why the England fans were booing, but then it became very clear when every time Joe Gomez touched the ball, a section of England fans, not all of them, but a big section of England fans were ringing out boos at Wembley, and that's, you just never want to see that happen. And honestly, Gomez is an extremely popular figure inside the England dressing room, and I think it's many England players are actually shocked and appalled and very surprised that their own crowd would boo one of their teammates, one of their own players. You need to support your own players. Like, why on earth would you boo a player, especially when he has done nothing wrong? In fact, you should boo Raheem Sterling the next time he plays for England, because he actually assaulted Joe Gomez and not the other way around. Like, I just don't understand some mentality of the England fans. And Southgate has indicated that Raheem Sterling will start the next game against Kosovo on Sunday, which I don't agree with, but it's a great opportunity, because actually some England players have actually said to Southgate that you should start Joe Gomez as well, and they should just come together on the pitch, play together in the same football team to show the world that the issue is resolved and there is no animosity between them. And former England defender Danny Mills believes that fierce club rivalries are to blame for Gomez getting booed by sections of the Wembley crowd. This is what he said: as England, when you come together, it would be ideal if everyone was behind the team and backed them constantly. But we don't live in a perfect world. That is never ever going to happen. The club rivalries are fierce, they are huge, they are intense, and all it takes is 2 or 3 people to start the booing, and it spreads very, very quickly. All of a sudden, people think we can do it, it's acceptable. Then all of a sudden you get 200 or 1,000 people booing, and in a game like that, where the game is very, very quiet, you are going to hear it. And that is what happened. If you go back, John Terry has been booed when he had incidents in the past. David Beckham has been booed, and he had to repair some bridges burned with the England fans. Danny Mills said this also: I was there when Ashley Cole got his 100th cap and sections of the crowd booed Ashley Cole, 100 caps for England, and people still thought it was acceptable to boo him because clearly they weren't Ashley Cole fans. This is not the first time, it's not an isolated case, and I guarantee at some point in the future it will happen again. I actually don't agree with booing any player who is playing for the team that you are supporting in the stadium. I didn't agree with it when Liverpool fans booed Lucas Leiva back in the day. I didn't agree with it this time. And it's fine if you boo an opposition player because maybe he went to one of your rivals. But to boo a player that you are supposed to be supporting, it's just a very poor taste by the England fans, and I just don't really like it. And Gareth Southgate actually said that he also doesn't understand why the England fans would boo Joe Gomez. He says that Joe Gomez has done nothing wrong at all, and he will sit down and talk to Gomez to make sure that he's okay. And Gomez is first in and out of the England dressing room after the final whistle. So he's a very, very big part of the England setup, and I just don't understand why the England fans were booing him. But I guess that's just how it rolls sometimes. And wow, did you hear that Jurgen Klopp said that if Zlatan Ibrahimovic hadn't played for Manchester United, Liverpool would consider signing him on a free transfer. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is now 38 years old, he's leaving the MLS, he's going to a Spanish team. He hasn't revealed yet which Spanish team he's going to, but this is what actually Jurgen Klopp said: if Zlatan had not played for Man United before, then we might have considered him at Liverpool. I'm not even sure he wanted to play here. We are a pretty intense team, Klopp joked. And with that said, I couldn't have more respect for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I love his whole career, love his efforts, love his confidence. That's what Klopp said. And he continued, while it may not be always right, it is entertaining anyway. He's a fantastic character, and I really hope he doesn't stop playing football. The football world will miss him too much. And I agree that he's a great character. I don't like him as a person. I think he's too arrogant, but as a player, he was back in the day one of the best strikers in world football, and I actually enjoyed watching him play many times. And there has been some worrying news. Mo Salah posted some pictures having ice on his ankle, and also him getting treatment from a Liverpool physio on his ankle, and it looks like he could miss 3 or 4 weeks out with an ankle injury. And if he is out for 4 weeks, he will miss games against Crystal Palace, Napoli, Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth and Salzburg. On paper, a decent run of fixtures, but remember that if Salah is out, we lose his dynamism, and he's such a big key player for Liverpool that I'm not sure if Divock Origi or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain are any of them are ready to step up, but they need to be ready, because, and also Naby Keita, because we need every player now. With Mo Salah potentially out injured, maybe Jurgen Klopp will just rest him for some games, and of course it's good that the international break is now, so he can rest up and recover, and hopefully his ankle will get better sooner rather than later. Former Tottenham manager Tim Sherwood actually claimed on Sky Sports that Frankie de Jong has been offered to Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp. Previously, he didn't say when exactly. I probably 1 or 2 years ago. I don't think last summer we were offered De Jong. I think he was destined to go to Barcelona. And this is what he said. I know that there was a couple of players that were offered to Jurgen Klopp. Frankie de Jong, the boy from Ajax, who ended up going to Barcelona, was offered to Liverpool. And he's a more controlled, cultured player than Fabinho, who picked up some injuries during his time he has been at Liverpool. Or someone like Fabinho who likes to play at the tempo and break up the game a little bit more and gets around the pitch. Jurgen Klopp has been offered that type of player as well. It's an easy job. I think we have said it time and time again on this show. To scout for Jurgen Klopp is easy because we know exactly how he wants to play. We know how he wants to play, we know what he likes from his midfield players, industrious midfield players who like to keep it simple, can move forward with the pace of the game like Fabinho does. He's very important for Liverpool. Frankie de Jong wouldn't be able to do the same job as Fabinho. He would be now there, and he's brilliant at it, but he would be that sitting midfield player just in front. The number 6 is what we call it, and he would dictate the tempo of the game, but he wouldn't be able to play at this very high energy. I think that Fabinho is a better player than Frankie de Jong right now, 100%, and I'm not sure what exactly is the point that he's trying to make here, but the bottom line is I'm not actually too disappointed that Liverpool didn't sign Frankie de Jong, because frankly at the moment we don't need him, and I think it would cost too much money for Liverpool, and Frankie de Jong is still like not at the top level that is needed to play for Liverpool. He is of course playing at a much slower pace at Barcelona, and I think that Liverpool so far has been brilliant this season, and with Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana waiting in the wings, I think our midfield is fine at the moment. But of course I want Liverpool to sign one more creative player in the midfield who can score goals, somebody like Bruno Fernandes, but we shall wait and see whether that comes to fruition. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Liverpool news video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.